The fountain here at Long Beach as we get ready for the 34th running. That's turn 2, and it leads into our points. And remember, we had points last night scored at Twin Ring Motegi, which means right now Elio Castroneves leads Scott Dixon and Danica Patrick. And as you notice down at the 12th spot, there is Graham Rahal. And remember, the winner here will pick up 50 points. So these guys could get right back into the event. Let's go trackside.
Hey, the kid's going good. The kid's learning. And you know what? Don't take offense. Looks a lot like his mother. Pretty.
Thank goodness. Right?
Yes.
Go, Bobby, go.
For time, heads up. Here it comes.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Cool. That happened. Thank you, Bobby.
Today, the end of one open-wheel era. The finale of the Champ Car Series. Every year, sounds here echo from the stands, where legends have tasted victory. A place where stars have been born. Today, it's the final chapter, as past stars race side by side against the new stars. Who will carry a Champ Car legacy on to the IndyCar Series? And there you see the cars have fired, and that is Frank Pereira in the 34 that has not yet come to life. And there is our pole sitter, the 02 McDonald's DP01 of Justin Wilson. And take a look at our starting grid. It'll come across the top of your screen. And boy, what a run by Alex Tagliani.
You know, really in a part-time ride with Derek Walker, who's not running a full season. Everything was put together at the last moment, but just goes to prove that they can run up front in any type of motor racing they're involved with.
All right, let's get our final pit road stories. Let's bring back Jack Arute.
Guys, Scott Goodyear was talking about the fact that for Derek Walker, this was a last minute. Well, how last minute was this team put together? How about 3 days before the trucks had to leave for Long Beach? Now, just moments ago, Walker gathered his cobbled together crew, and they had a brief moment. They said, look, we want to thank you for all your hard efforts. But with all that hard effort, the only way this is going to be a success for us is to win. They say that they're going to go after fuel consumption, much the way Danica Patrick did yesterday, to bring Alex Tagliani to victory lane here. Let's check in with Jamie Little. Jamie?
Hey, Jack, it's good to see you back. You know, we've talked about these different agendas today, and there's 9 drivers in the field who are competing in the IndyCar Series, so they're going for points. Now, the rest of the field, it's all about the win. I talked to Oriol Servia earlier this morning, and he said he's going to drive this race a little more conservative. Why? Because he has so much more to lose. He's going for those points. He said as this race dwindles down, he said you're going to see some guys making some desperate moves to get to the front because it's all about the win. So there's different agendas going on here, Bree, but it's all the same goal, and that's to win. Brian?
Jamie, well, for fans of Jimmy Vasser, this weekend's been a little bittersweet. While he, yes, is back in the driver's seat of a race car, there's been a lot of speculation that this might be the very last time he does that. Well, I talked to Jimmy a few days ago, and I have some good news to report. He is definitely not ready to hang up his helmet just yet. While he said he can't make it to the Indy 500 as a driver this year, he's very aware that in 2009, it's the 100th anniversary of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he definitely wants to be a part of it. In fact, he said he's going to start working out this weekend. Guys,
And we've got a helmet cam with Jimmy as well. That should give us some interesting shots. We'll show you that a little bit later. Let's talk about what we should be watching for in this race.
Well, some different things in this series and the other series that we've been covering for a little while. Push to pass. Each driver gets 60 seconds of extra power, 50 horsepower, and also 300 extra RPM. The tires, different options here. The regular black wall tires and the red wall tires, which we'll bring you up to date on throughout the race here today. Race strategy, it's going to be up to the engineers to put all those pieces of the puzzle together. The push to pass, when to use it, when to use the tires, the option tires that Bridgestone gives you, and when to put that package together best throughout the race to give their driver the best chance to win here today.
And something else you'll notice different from the IndyCar series with the Indy Racing League, a standing start. When those 4 lights go full light, then they'll go dark, and when they go dark, the race is on. You heard Justin Wilson talking about wheel spin at the start. The back of the pack still coming into play. We should be about 10 seconds from the start of this race. You'll hear the revs of these turbocharged engines. Another difference between the two. There's the first, second, third. Here we go. Wow, what a start by Will Power. Did you see him cut around to the outside? Look out for turn 1. Justin Wilson on the left of your screen. Will Power dives for the lead and gets it.
You know, the pole sitter, Justin Wilson, got an opportunity, Marty, to choose whether the driver's left, driver's right. On the start, he chose driver's right, and sometimes you make that decision, and sometimes it goes against you, like we had in this situation here where Will Power slipped up the inside.
We're being told it is a full course yellow on the race course. We do not know why. And we have a car stalled now on the front stretch, and there it is. It's one of the KV racing machines. It can't make out the number.
And now he got just pulled and restarted. Looks like Oriol Servia.
Yes, it was. The 5 of Servia. So he will be back at the back of this field as he gets the tow, gets refired.
You know, and lucky for him, they went full course yellow because they probably could have got him running and pulled behind the car and started, and then he would have been way behind the pack. But now with this yellow, Marty, he gets the bunch up. Although he is at the very back, he at least is in touch with the pack.
But what a start by Will Power, the Australian, who is running the full season. He was in the number 4 position and just got a great start to take over the lead heading down into turn 1. You'll notice also the clock running up on the top of the screen. It is not a lap race, it is a timed race. 1 hour, 45 minutes. Let's go back, take a look at Power.
Now, everyone is starting. You can see Will Power, the second green and yellow car in your picture there, gets a great start, and you can see further in the back, the cars were stalled. Now, as we watch here, the lights will go off, drivers will start. You're on board right now with Will Power. He's got so much speed, he couldn't decide whether to go right or left. He makes it to the left, and this is what I talked about before. Justin Wilson, McDonald's car on the right-hand side, chose driver's right. Well, the first major turn, Marty, is a left-hander. I think I would have wanted to start on the left-hand side.
I think he might be thinking that now, too. Take another look. Boy, what a great start by Power.
Oh, Power down just, and no pun intended, but he certainly got the power down off he went.
And you can see Servia stalled in the back there, as that's why we are under our first yellow here. So we'll continue around at least one more lap. We'll go to commercial break and be back here at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. There's your top 5.